Have you ever walked into one of those companies that adorns its walls with the values and purpose statements, but you get the feeling that they're more like platitudes and posters than an actual living and breathing ethos in which the organization is built on? There is a big difference between having and living your purpose and values, and that difference is leadership. So why am I talking to you today in a black hoodie in the middle of an Australian summer? I want to share with you a quick story of an 85-year-old company, Arnott Constuction, that lives and breathes its value and purpose towards its vision. A couple of weeks ago, I got a pleasantly surprising email from one of my long-standing past clients in Canada to let me know that their safety manager, Janet, was coming to Perth, Western Australia to visit a relative. Now, I hadn't worked with Arnott's for almost a decade now, nor had I seen Janet in that long. Timing was perfect though, as I had several meetings in Perth that same week. So we made time to catch up at this quaint little coffee shop in Leaderville, and they sent me over a nice little care package from Canada of Tim Hortons coffee and some Sloppy Joe mix. I also got a cool bag full of swag, hence the hoodie. So after reminiscing for a while and catching up on the last decade, it was really great to hear the success of Arnott Constuction and how they've continued to live and breathe the values and purpose we crystallized together some 10 years ago to celebrate their 75th anniversary as a company. This got me to thinking about leadership being the real difference in Arnott Constuction. Now myself, Wayne and Todd and Nigel and the rest of the Arnott leadership team took a bus trip to New York to develop their strategic plan for the decade to follow to where they are today, now celebrating over 85 years in business. It was the most unusual strategic advance I've ever facilitated. We actually did a lot of the planning on the bus right from Midhurst, Ontario down to the hotel in Manhattan. It was a very symbolic trip. We were literally on a journey to see something bigger than our eyes could see, staying where we were. We went to see Ground Zero and the underground work being done to rebuild the site where the World Trade Center towers once stood. We were in awe of the sheer magnitude of the size and scope of the work being done. You see, Arnott Constuction are a civil construction company specializing in the water and sewer main industry. So visualizing a massive hole in the ground like that was a very special moment for many reasons. During this journey, the leadership team connected clearly with why Arnott Constuction truly exists and the impact that it has on people and the world. I really wish I'd taken a video of the moment we wrote their purpose statement on the whiteboard. The connection to this clarity of purpose was so powerful. The lights went on in everyone's eyes immediately, as if there was an awakening of renewed spirit and determination. I always know when it's right because I personally felt the energy myself from the leadership team. So much so that I got worked up and wanted to live their purpose with them. So what did this civil engineering company come up with that has driven them every day for the past decade to get out of bed, put on their high-vis gear, and get dirty working in some of the harshest conditions in some of the most toughest environments? Arnott Constuctions exist to develop people who build a better tomorrow by changing the face of the earth today. This purpose ticks all the boxes. It clearly demonstrates how it positively impacts the lives of stakeholders, customers, and the world. Remember, these guys do all the underground work. If they don't do their job properly, then it shows on the surface now or eventually. This is the something for anyone who works at Arnott's to believe in. They also developed a clear list of values, the common language, and the key decision-making filters that will truly empower their team to take action. Those values are people, safety, respect, quality, consistency, ethics, and concern for the environment. So the people know they have someone who believes in them. So the question now is, does Arnott's live this purpose and values? They develop people. With approximately 100 construction field staff, Arnott's managers and supervisors are knowledgeable construction professionals, each with a minimum of 10 years experience, several of them having received the Gold Seal certification by the Canadian Construction Association, and most are graduates of civil engineering technology. There is a significant training plan in place for everyone. This includes moving team members to certain job sites that will give them a chance to learn a much needed skill set. At Arnott's, people aren't just a means to an end. It's hard and many times dangerous and dirty work, so it's important for them to have their people succeed and have a balanced life. You know, they're heavily involved in supporting local clubs, events, and organizations. They have a full-time safety officer, Janet, with a fully equipped safety vehicle to go to all their sites. Their business continues to grow even in the toughest of economic conditions because they have a purpose that drives them and core values that guide them. Wayne, Todd, and Nigel fulfill leadership's job description perfectly. They have given their people something to believe in and someone who believes in them. And they have clearly demonstrated that they are the someone to believe in. So gang back in Canada, thanks for the swag and the opportunity to be a part of the Arnott journey. You guys are truly prophets of your purpose, and that's why you profit from your purpose.